This is my new battery powered chainsaw. It's 12 inches, brushless motor, and it comes with everything here. And this is probably my fourth or fifth chainsaw that I've tested out and used. And I can tell you, I haven't even assembled it yet, but just looking at it, it's gonna be one of my favorites because of all the parts and extra features on it. Let me show you how to put it together and a little bit more about the different features of this 12-inch chainsaw. Now, this product was a gift that was sent to me by the company, but I chose this because of all the extra features and parts that they've thought about that other companies haven't. And I think this is going to be something that I really use a lot. Now, going into the specs first, before I kind of go over the features, I wanted to show the specs on the saw blade, the motor. It's 900-watt motor. Here's the pitch and everything. So they have all that in your user manual. I always go over that. Now, here's all the parts and pieces. You get two batteries, 21-volt, 4-amp-hour batteries. There's the motor, the dock for the charger, then your bar, a bar guard. So this is something that a lot of people don't think about, a lot of companies, having a bar guard to put on whenever you're not using your chainsaw. So that's a real plus in my book, as well as the batteries have an LED indicator on the back. That's another one, and it's 4, not 3 or 2, 4 different lights here to indicate what's going on. Then also, if I put it into chainsaw itself, so I undid the guard so you can see the inside. But if you press the little trigger guard here, just turn it on for a second, you can see it'll tell you 83%. So I do need to top off those batteries, but it gives you a battery percentage. So let me take this off while I'm showing. And while I have this open, I'll show you the guard. It has 2 different ways to put it on. So you can see this is kind of the screw in, and then this is the tightening to get those incremental changes and adjustments on the fly. Now, with it off, you can see it has its own oil reservoir, and then that goes into here. So that's your port. That's where it oils the chain. And so real simplistic design in here. I've had another one that just, they have multiple parts to get together, and it was really hard to put everything on. So with this one, having that dial in here makes it to where this is going to be easier to get those little small adjustments. So let me go on to the other stuff. So you got your little handrail to hold on to. Comes with screws and a screwdriver, so that's really nice. 2 different blades. Well, they're the same blade, but 2 blades. They're pre-oiled. You can see they're oiled in there. I don't want to open them up until I put it together. A little brush for cleaning, some goggles, gloves. Get a funnel to put that oil in there, which is a nice touch. A lot of companies don't have that, so I now have a nice little funnel. And then you also have an oil bottle, which is basically going to be store some oil in, extra oil if you want to put it on that chain. So that's about it. That's all the parts and pieces. Go over your manual. I'm going to go ahead and put the chain on kind of in fast forward so you can see me putting on. Super simple, and then dialing in the tension, and it should be ready to go. All right, it's all assembled. Now you want to just adjust the red one after you've gotten it a little tight. Once you've tightened it up, the red one, I'll unlock it. The red one is going to be that little minor changes in the blade. So you can see that's all the way loose. And then I'm turning, we'll loosen up a little more, turning just the red one, and that goes tighten. So it's going to tighten it. So now it's real tight, and you can lock it in place. But just make sure that once you get at a certain spot, to get it to that loose point, that way you can pull the bar out and make sure that you got the tension you want, so you can make those little minute changes. But we'll lock it in place because that's pretty good there, and we're good to go. Now I'll go over some of the other features and little things that they did on here that other chainsaws don't have, and then we'll make some cuts. All right, so to start off, we'll start on this end. So one of the big things is I like the color scheme. So they thought about that, and all the stickers and decals. The grips are rubberized, which a lot of them are just a plastic grip. This is a rubber grip. You have 2 different guards or locks, or if you want to think about it, on and offs. And so this one right here, this is your trigger guard. You have to push that in to turn it on. And then you also have one right here. So this is the off position. So if you press it, nothing's going to happen. Pull it back. You want to make sure it's in the back position. Then it'll actually turn on. Then you've noticed when I pulled the trigger that this pops up. You get an LED indicator telling you the battery percentage. So that's a big deal. That's a little minor detail that I like to know. I like to know how much I have left, because these lights will only tell you so much, but that battery percentage right there is going to be a better number. Then here's your oil reservoir. Let's open that up. Let's see. So it doesn't have a string, so be careful where you put it, but it does have a little a little pressure flap right there, so it's not going to come out the top. Also, I've never seen this on a chainsaw before, and that is the amount of oil that you can put out, except on the big gas chainsaws, but electric, I've never seen this before. This is the oil system, so if you dial it back, that's going to be the most oil, so you can have a lot coming out, and then you can dial it down to all the way closed. I'm pretty sure that makes it closed, which I have other chainsaws that I've hung and they just leaked. So by closing that up, shouldn't have that issue, so that's a big deal. So really easy to adjust. Looks good from all angles. I think this is going to be a great chainsaw. I'll go ahead and head outside and we'll test it out. So I went ahead and made some cuts with this saw, and let me tell you, it worked really, really good. I mean, they have different stats online as far as the size that they cut, and they said it did a 10-inch pole or tree limb with, I think it said 15 seconds, so that's pretty cool. And also the battery, I didn't talk about the battery, it takes about 1.5 to 2 hours to charge that 4-amp-hour battery. And you're gonna get, it said on a 4x4 treated lumber, they got 140 cuts. So that's something I haven't tested out yet, but that's just from the factory. I think this is an amazing chainsaw. I'm gonna use this for a long time, and it's gonna make my work around the yard and my house a lot easier.